What's going on, everyone? I'm Dak. I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't done this in so long. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's just do it. Let's run it. And we're just going to hope that it works out. What's up, everyone? I am Dak. This is Dak Chats, and Big Brother 27 just started last night. I watched it as it aired, but I also had to stop and rewatch it again today because with all of the hype that they've been building around this hotel mystery theme for this season, I didn't quite pick up on what they were laying down at the end of the episode. They had been trying to build up this mystery house guest all week long on social media. It's been this big mystery. The whole community has been trying to figure out who or what this mystery house guest could be, aka Anthony Scaramucci, and comparing it to him and comparing it to other different types of mysteries that we've had as far as like extra house guests coming into the season. Big Brother is really getting into the meta of social media and the fandom and allowing the audience to be in on the production side of things, which not a lot of shows have been doing. I think Big Brother, I think this premiere episode has really shown that a little bit, because this entire time, all week long, while they've been hyping up this mystery house guest that was going to enter the game, they weren't just toying with the house guests, they were toying with us too. This whole week we were trying to figure out who the mystery house guest is, and honestly, that wasn't even the question, because the mystery house guest was right in front of our face all along. Now look, I've seen a lot of confusion since the premiere aired surrounding what's the deal with the mystery house guest, because Rachel Riley was supposed to be the mystery house guest, or at least that the big event of her coming out of the wall and appearing as their new roommates. Now, a little bit of inside baseball here. Rachel Riley is a huge fan of the show. Whenever she won season 13, that wasn't the same time frame, the same era as we're in now. That wasn't like you go on a reality show, you hope to win a reality show, and either or you're hoping that you're going to have a level of fame projection after that you're going to be able to use as an influencer. That did not exist when she won Big Brother 13. Not even whenever she was on Big Brother 12. That didn't exist when she won Big Brother 13. And ever since she won that season, she has been a staple in the community. She has been on, her and Brendan won a season of Amazing Race, and then she went on to do Traitors. She loves reality TV, so much so that when All Stars 2 came out in season 22, she was trying her best to get on that season, even though she was pregnant. She was like, hey, you know what? I don't care. Do you guys care? And production cared, thankfully enough. They have some standards. But Rachel's a huge fan, and I do not see her going into the house if they told her, if she's going to enter the house the way she did and start off the season, she wants to be there. And I do not believe that they could convince her to go in there as just a 1 to 2, 3 week even random feature of the season. She's going to want to go in being there the entire time, like given a chance to win and be Big Brother's first 2-time winner ever, because we've never had that. Survivors had that twice, and the second time was a cheap out. Not a cheap out, but it was an all-winner season. I love Tony, but it wasn't the same thing as Sandra winning both seasons that she won. And we've never had anything even remotely close to that in Big Brother. We can't even really have an all-winner season because, well, there's a lot of reasons why. We can't even have an all-winner season with Big Brother, at least as of yet. So this is the closest that we're going to have to a potential of a 2-time winner. I'm really excited. I had a ton of notes about the entire cast this season, and both times I watched the episode, I'm getting hyped for the cast. I'm enjoying what we're seeing from the new people, and then as soon as Rachel walks through the door, I'm ballistically excited. I mean, I was standing there with all of the other 16 house guests cheering her on, excited that she was there. It's great. It's awesome to get to see Rachel on our TV screens again. For those of you who have never watched her seasons, trust me. Yes, that might have been over a decade ago. People grow, people change. And yes, Rachel has grown. She has changed a lot. And she is in a lot better of a position now to play this game than she was the first or second time she played. But she is truly, as Julie, I think she quoted, captivating television. She is truly captivating. And for anyone that has not seen Rachel yet, I am truly excited for all of you guys to get to check her out for the first time this season. But I don't want to alienate anyone else that hasn't seen Rachel or seen her seasons yet. Ashley is my number one. I think Ashley has, and it's not just because she's an attorney, she's coming in with a self-awareness and a knowledge of the game, a knowledge of social dynamics that none of the other cast members have. Zach and Jimmy both are in a similar position. Jimmy has a little bit more calmness to himself. I can really see him working behind the scenes this season, trying to pull strings, trying to navigate things in certain ways, without trying to be having as big of a spotlight on himself. He honestly really gives me a lot of vibes from Andy from season 15. Zach, it really comes down to having the self-awareness to slow down. He's really going a million miles a minute, and coming from someone that also tends to go a million miles a minute, he's got to learn when he can amp that up and when to slow it down, because right now he just seems like he's always on. He's always hyped. He's always ready to go. And I think that's great in a lot of different circumstances for this game. But I also think that that can be really overwhelming for a lot of his fellow house guests. So I think that's going to be a really big thing for him, is to work on bringing that in, honing it in, and learning when to use it and when to lose it. Besides that, out of my top four, I think those three really fit in there. If I'm gonna go with the top four, my sleeper pick is gonna be Kelly. I really think she has a lot of potential. Now, she could go week 2 or 3, but she also could end up being top 5 very, very, very easily. I'm not sure how much she knows about the game as of yet. I didn't get a lot from her preseason interviews telling me that she knows a lot about it. Like, if she's able to sit back and gain a little bit of like strategic awareness as far as what she's doing, what's going on in the game, I think she's got a really good amount of potential and she could go far, but she's got to really gain a decent social advantage early on. Otherwise, I think she will fall behind pretty quickly. All right, guys, before we end this, there's one more thing I want to talk about, and that is the BB AI Arena. Sorry, I mean the BB Blockbuster. First of all, love the name, very retro, makes me feel right at home. But I really do love the staple of the game. I didn't cover any last season. I didn't talk about any last season. But the BB AI Arena was something that I really, really, really loved. Every season they try and introduce these game-changing twists. They've always been about twists and turns throughout the season. That's what the show's about. And every season they have these season thematical twists that are usually not that great. And even when they are kind of a decent payoff, it really only fits within the theme of that season. last season it was very, very, very clear that the AI arena last season it was very clear that the AI arena was something that they needed to keep. They needed to have ongoing throughout multiple seasons, if not the rest of the show, and has like make it a staple of the show. A lot of people don't realize the veto was not introduced until season 4 or 5. It was either 4 or 5 of the show. Before then, there was no veto. That midweek competition did not exist. They filled in the gaps. There were other twists and turns that they used to accommodate for the lack of competitions, but that did not exist. And at this point, we can't even fathom a season of Big Brother without the veto. And that is what the AI arena has done now. And it's honestly the first time that there's been a competition that has been that impactful, that critics and audiences across the board say, this has got to return, this has got to be a staple. And I am really, really excited about it. The biggest thing with the AI arena is it adds an element to the game that never existed before. Before last season, when it came to Tuesday was the veto meeting, the veto ceremony. That's what it's called. But it was the veto meeting, and still is. The veto meeting happens on Tuesdays, and then after that, that's it. Like, there's a bunch of whispers, there's a bunch of stuff that goes on, but normally when someone's nominated to be put on the block at the veto meeting, it's either as a pawn or they're the person that was really the target and they're trying to backdoor them. So now having that extra element of there's still 3 people on the block when it comes Tuesday, and on Thursday night, one of those 3 people that everyone's speculating who they want to go out is going to get an opportunity to take themselves off the block, and then there's an additional scramble. It's not just the fact that everyone has to scramble the night of on the eviction episode, but it's the fact that when you only have 2 house guests from Tuesday to Thursday, knowing, hey, one of these 2 people are already the house favorite to go out, now you have the opportunity week to week to week where they have to play out options. They can't just default to whoever they want to vote out and that's the person they're going to go, just like it's been every single season. From this point forward, after Tuesday, once that veto meeting ends, their strategy does not. They have to keep going, and they have to keep figuring out different scenarios that are going to occur or potentially could occur throughout the rest of the season. And that's going to be a huge factor for them those next few days. So I'm really, really excited that not only the AI arena is back, but it's adding that extra element to the show or to the game, where they can't just sit idle and just wait around for eviction night to happen now. All 3 people on the block are going to have an equal opportunity, maybe not equal, but a more fair shot at trying to navigate their own fate in the game than they've ever had before. So, like I said, it took a little bit once the AI arena was introduced to really warm up to it, but once I saw what they were doing with it and how they were implementing it, honestly, I haven't seen a better twist or a better extra competition in legitimately over a decade that's been introduced in this game. So I'm really excited that they brought this back. I was expecting them to be honest, with the ratings it was bringing for the show, but I'm really excited that they brought it back. I'm really happy that they're committing to it, and also that they had to rename it for this season if they were going to bring it back, but I think the name is really fitting. I think it fits what it's for, and I think it can really be potentially as big of a staple as the veto has been ever since it was introduced. And there has not been a single twist / challenge that they brought up that has had that potential like this has as of now. So, like I said, I'm really excited. I'm really happy that they brought it back, and it just adds extra momentum every week. It adds extra momentum to the feeds on Tuesday, Thursday, or Wednesday. Ugh. It adds extra momentum to the feeds Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays while you're waiting to see what's going to happen. None of the house guests know. Usually the house guests all know what's going to happen on Thursday night, and we think we know, but we don't really know for sure, even though we kind of know. And now no one knows what's going to happen on Thursday night because no one knows who's going to be the actual 2 nominees on the block to vote out. So yeah, I'm excited. Pause. All right, guys, that's all I got for you this week. I am thinking that I might start doing a weekly ranking for all the house guests. If that's something you guys might be into, let me know. And I will start doing a weekly ranking and release those on Sunday-ish, Sunday or Mondays. So that way we can kind of see where each house guest is at in their position each week by week. And yeah, that way you guys can actually get a full breakdown of what I think on each house guest each week. But that's all I got for you this week. That's all I got for the premiere. I'm really excited. We're going to start doing these videos like... Pause. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you today. I'm really excited for this season. I'm really excited to see what happens. We're going to start doing these videos. All right, pause, stop, pause. One more time. All right, guys, that's all I got for you this week. We're going to try and do these videos once a week, recapping the entire week that happened previously, and we're going to try and drop them on Fridays, Saturdays-ish. If you guys want to see a weekly ranking of the house guests, where they're at, my thoughts on each individual house guest, the position they're currently holding in the game, and the potential they have moving forward, let me know. We might start doing a weekly ranking video each week. But that's up to you. If you guys want to see that, let me know. Otherwise, that's it. And yeah, I've been Dak. This is Dak Chats. I've been having fun. Pause. Time out. Pause. One more time. All right, guys. Pause. Time out. Pause. It's not my fault. All right. All right, guys. That's all I got for you this week. I'm hoping... Run it back. Pause. All right, guys, that's all I got for you this week. We are going to start doing these weekly videos, recapping the entire week as it occurred, unfolded, going over all the details, all the extra things you guys might have missed out on. And that video is going to release every Friday or Saturday as the season goes on. If you guys want, let me know, and I will start doing a weekly ranking of all the house guests, letting you know what position I think they're currently in and the potential that they have moving forward in the game. That way you guys can not only get a full ranking breakdown, but also get my full thoughts on the house guests as they're playing and the choices they're making. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you really liked it, hit that subscribe button. And until next week, bye-bye. But she has to put herself in that position. And so far, everything about the season is unpredictable. I mean, it's really easy to say that every single season. And then after week 1, be like, okay, I can predict exactly where this season is going to go. But right now, they have set up a good amount of mystery twists that they don't normally do, that does really kind of give us the position of you just got to sit and wait until the big Sunday episode drops, and then when the feeds come on, because it's going to be about an hour of feed watching, trying to figure out the gaps that we've missed. Because for any of you that aren't aware, the Sunday episode is going to pick up right off from where we left off on Thursday's episode, and Thursday's episode was recorded on Tuesday. So by the time we catch up to Sunday, we're going to be picking up Tuesday night all the way to Sunday, and it's just not all going to fit, right? I mean, that's just not how production does things. When we get the feeds on Sunday, there's still going to be a lot of catching up to do. There's going to be a lot of analyzing where certain relationships are at. We've only gotten a few relationships so far that have been established even in that premiere episode. And while the ones that we got I do think are pretty solid, you can never really go off that to begin with. It's going to be a fun night when the live feeds go live for the first time Sunday night. I'm definitely going to be right there checking them out. Come hang out. And we're going to be piecing together everything from Tuesday night, again, all the way up until Sunday, because there's going to be a lot of stuff missing. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, honestly, like every single season, there's usually a format and a formula to follow. Expect the unexpected, except we always know what the unexpected is. So I'm excited to hop on the feeds Sunday night and check out exactly where the house is at right now. Oh yeah, we forgot one more thing. So there's a huge conversation going on around the mystery house guest discussion. Everyone thought that Rachel was the mystery house guest, even leading up before the season premiere even started. And that's what I thought. And I had to rewatch the episode a second time to really understand what they were saying, because it confused me as well as I'm sure a bunch of you watching this right now. What's going on is Rachel is not the 17th mystery house guest. She is part of the original 16 house guests, and we just didn't know it until she came out of the hidden painting behind the wall. One of the original, or what we think was one of the original 16 house guests, is actually the accomplice to the mastermind. Sunday's episode, if the majority of the house, and I'm assuming it's going to be a regular vote with Julie, just like there is an eviction vote, where everyone discusses during the episode who they think the accomplice is, and then they're going to go into a regular vote, just like every other eviction episode. If they are able to determine who the accomplice is to the mastermind, then that person goes home right away. Like, there's full stop, they're done, they're out. If they guess incorrectly, then the accomplice enters the game as the official 17th house guest. So there is no mystery around, is there an extra person coming into the house? Everyone that's already in the house are all of the house guests we're going to get. One of the house guests, as we know it, is not a current active house guest. And we're about to find out on Sunday who that person is and whether or not they will actually be a house guest moving forward during the season. It just seems like a lot of hoopla when all of this was built around this part of the theme of the season. At this point, we could already be watching the feeds and have known what's been going down throughout the week. It's okay. It's fine. Is what it is. Like I've said this video, I enjoy the mystery theme. I enjoy what they're doing with it. I do think that they are sprinkling in their own little extra padazzle of production to try and fit pop culture. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work out for them too well. If they're able to maintain the consistency with it, then maybe it'll be good for them. But at this point, I just feel like we're all kind of sitting on our hands waiting for the feeds to drop. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to watch the feeds. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But I did want to touch base on that because I've seen a lot of confusion, a lot of people not really understanding what the mystery house guest twist is after they said Rachel wasn't the mystery house guest. So that's that.